Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to European Truck Simulator 2, and welcome to Szeged in Hungary. We just picked up a load of plums. We're taking it to Hunedoara in Romania. How did I do on those names? I don't have a lot of confidence. I really don't. Hey, we are in a Volvo, a 2012 Volvo FH. There was an accessory pack that dropped today. I don't know, past couple episodes I've been saying, man, it's too bad there's no SCS, like, official factory authorized tuning kits and parts and mods for these trucks, because the aftermarket stuff is kind of hit or miss. And what do you know? There you go. So I threw together a quick and dirty skin. I was not able to add all the accessories that are in that new pack because some of them wouldn't skin properly. They are painted and they wouldn't skin properly. So until I get the accessories sorted out in the XML, this is what we got. But we got a little bit of carbon fiber on the fairing, and we got some color match, and you know how it goes. So take a look at some of these. We're running a 540 horsepower Rabbinicus motor from one of the Rabbinicus engine packs. But I'm going to zoom in here. So yeah, stuff like this stone guard, the little illuminated, I don't know, logo, little thing for the dash. The emblem is lit down below. We got a Volvo panel in the back. There's some skirts and fairings up front. There's some side skirts. These panels, let me turn the lights on. These panels now have LED as an option. There's also the Thor, the Centurion, and the Diva, the deck plate, and then the rear end. I didn't use any of those. I personally don't care for them. I just went with the stock rear end. Mud flaps. There are some bars up top. There are a lot of visors, mirrors, LED mirrors, a lot of stuff that I will bring into the truck later as I get the skin going. But yeah, very cool. I'm happy that SCS is doing more of that. We're also running a cast-a-carry trailer, one of my favorites. And I also added a European company name mod that is a companion to a European gas station mod. But we're also running the Sissel real company logos, so there may be some conflict there. When I read the notes, it said that each one kind of interferes with the other, so we'll be mindful of that. But I wanted to get more, I don't know, I wanted to make the game more realistic, and I'm really sold on the Steam Workshop now and what that makes possible as far as keeping the game running, right? Because most modders are pretty good about getting their Steam Workshop stuff up to date fairly quickly after the game patches. I'm going to drop our front lift axle. I'm going to put our windows up. I love the windows, man. I really do. I'll never get used to it. It's like the hoses and electrical hookups. It's not that big a deal. You can't even see it once you're in the truck. But for some reason, I don't know, man. It adds a lot to the game. I really do like it. So right, let's get rolling. Hey, before we get rolling, I have to be serious for a minute. I hate being serious on this channel. I do, but I have to be serious. There is a lot going on in the world, and there's some things going on in my country, US of America, right now. I'm well aware of what's going on, and I do have an opinion about it, but it's a gaming channel, so you're never going to know what my opinion is. I feel it's like a responsibility that I keep that, I don't know, put away. That's not what kind of channel it is, but the problem is, I also want to be mindful of the fact that there's a lot going on, and I know it can be stressful, and I want to let you know we're going to get through this. We're going to be okay. But when I do that, I don't necessarily want to, I'm not saying I'm trying to like avoid the conversation, but I don't just want to say everything's going to be all right and then just drop it right there. That's kind of abrupt, At the same time, I have no interest in going down that road and having any kind of discussion or even public thoughts on those things, other than to say it's going to be all right. We're going to get through this. And we got the COVID, we got the protests now, we got murder hornets, cannibal rats. There's 3 named storms. Hurricane season hasn't even started yet, and the cicadas are coming back this year. The 17-year cicadas. Man, there's a lot going on. So let's just keep our wits about us, and we're going to get through this. But don't think that I don't care what's going on. I do. And don't think I don't have an opinion about it. I do. It's my opinion. It's got nothing to do with gaming. So anyway, that's the disclaimer. I don't even like talking about stuff like that. I really don't. It's just gaming. It's just a gaming channel. Right, so we got a tuning pack that just dropped. That's very cool. For the reason that I said, I would hope that SCS would bring in more official accessories, branded stuff, right? I would love to see them bring in like real lights and real, like they did with the, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was not a generic pack, but a little while back they released a pack that is accessories for all trucks, right? Like the Actros tuning pack, obviously for the Actros. This one that just dropped today, just for the Volvos. But I think one or maybe two of their tuning packs are for all trucks. Well, like the Goodyear pack. The Goodyear, the Michelin, I think. There's a wheels pack. You know what I mean. They apply to any truck. I would like to see them bring in official lights, like licensed lights and accessories and grills and that sort of thing. I would love to see that. And just know that everything is going to fit and really work well together. Because sometimes mods, mods can be they can be kind of mods. Yeah. So we'll see where it all leads. But I'm super happy about that. I fell down a rabbit hole. And then inside that rabbit hole, I fell down another rabbit hole. So a new car, a Ferrari, dropped for R Factor 2. And I went ahead and got that. And when I did, I realized we're going to get... Yep. Oh, God. That's on me. I can't blame the man for that. That was entirely my fault. So when I downloaded that Ferrari, I saw that there were a couple cars and a couple tracks. So I went ahead and got a car pack, the GT3 Challenge pack. I got Le Mans. I got Nürburgring. And, yeah, just a lot of cool stuff for R Factor, and I've been playing with that. I bought a Payware Ford GT, 2017 Ford GT. Love it. Came with a really generic skin, though, which I think was for copyright reasons. But then I found a skin pack on Race Department, and we're rocking the Gulf livery now, so everything's cool there. But then I also, for some reason, went into Race Room, and I saw that on May 18th, without a lot of fanfare, Race Room had released GTE, Porsche, and the Daytona circuit, including the road course. I had no idea. I saw no notification. I even went back and looked on their store page. Really? Really? I even went back and looked on their store page. I didn't see anything about it. So had I not got that stuff for R Factor, I don't think I would have thought to look on Race Room. So I've got a ton of cars and tracks to play with. I'm going to, let's get a good gear here. I'm going to do a video. I did a video for the 488, the Ferrari 488. And I did laps at Zandvoort, which has been reprofiled in R Factor for 2020. And now I will do, I don't know, I'll probably hop in that GTE Porsche and do some laps at Daytona for Race Room. And it came out on May 18th, so it's about 3 weeks. Yeah, about 3 weeks since it came out. So I'm late. And that will be, it's below the fold, as they say in the business. Nobody even cares about that anymore. But I'll do a video for it just the same, because I like to, anytime I'm aware of stuff like that, or made aware of stuff like that, I do like to do videos for you to let you know what's going on with it. And if you haven't seen it yet, then yeah, I'll definitely get that video out. And if you have seen it, I don't know, man. I don't know how I missed that. There's just a lot of sims in my life, and it's sometimes when I hop into a sim, I'll see that it's been 2 or 3 weeks or a month since I played it. And if that's the case, then it's very likely that I haven't updated the game since the last time I played it. So we'll get all that going. Man, this stuff gets expensive. It really does. I got... all right, this is embarrassing, but I'll tell you this. So I used to have the Uplay Plus subscription for Ubisoft games. It's a bit crap. Honestly, it is. There's really only like 5 titles that are worth buying. So they say you get all these titles. You get like 186 games or something, 86. I don't know. You get a lot of games. But a lot of them are garbage. And they're 20 years old. So, yeah. There's like half a dozen games. Assassin's Creed, Division, Ghost Recon, Far Cry. There's not a lot of depth to that Uplay Plus service. Anyway, I went ahead and I bought Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It's still like $120, but it was was, I want to say 67% off. It was like $30. And then I had a $20 coupon code from when I got that Black Ice last week that I'm using for streaming. All right. So the game cost me like $13. I still asked for a refund. And Ubisoft customer support got back to me and said, no, you can't refund a game once you've accessed it. Which is, it's kind of dumb, right? I mean, the Steam policies, you get like, what, 2 hours? The way games are now, you're not going to get very deep into a game in 2 hours. You're not going to finish a game in 2 hours. So I think it's a safe policy for Steam to say anytime after, or anytime up to 2 hours. Whoa, carefully. Anytime up to 2 hours, go and refund the game. It's enough time for you to take a look and realize, like, yeah, this is no good. This isn't working for me. And it's not. So this is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. If you didn't follow that or if you've forgotten about it, the game was really a mess when it was released. And they said they were going to fix it, right? They owned up to it. They were going to fix it. And it had this weird RPG loot thing in it. Because every Ubisoft game now is either Assassin's Creed or Division or a combo, right? Assassin's Division. And it's just, I don't know. It's like their games exist as a platform for microtransactions and DLC. It's like a really bad movie that is, it's just all CGI, it's all special effects, and like 15 or 20 minutes in, you realize this movie that I paid $18 to go see is really just an ad for its own sequel. This movie has no reason to exist. This movie is the kickoff of a franchise. But it's just an ad for the sequel. And the sequel is just going to be an ad for the sequel, and so on. There's no substance here. There's nothing going on. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't we just go through here? Hang on. We're going to put our lift axle down. I feel like we just came through here last episode. All right. This is all trucks to the right. However, if this is the place we went through last week, then we know how to get through it. And we will have no drama. Right, so, putting that type of loot aspect in Ghost Recon really pissed a lot of people off. Ubisoft said, we're sorry, we'll fix it. I buy Ghost Recon Breakpoint. You know what their fix is? You can just turn it off. You can just turn off the part where it tells you what your gun score is or what your gear score is. Are you kidding me, man? Really? That's... I don't know if you've ever worked IT. I don't know if you've ever worked in an office. Some people are really intimidated by technology. If something is not working for them, they'll just put a Post-it note over their screen to cover it. I'm not kidding. I don't know if you've ever seen that. That's not a joke. Checking our documents. Still checking them. There we go. It's that sort of thing. Just don't look at it, right? Like the Epic Game Store. I picked up Borderlands for free. They're giving away a game every Thursday. I don't know if they're going to continue to do that, but they, like a couple weeks ago, they gave away GTA 5. They gave away Borderlands. I got it, and then I realized, what do we need to do to open this gate? How close do we have to get? How close do we have to get? All right. It did say pull forward, did it not? Whoa! What? I don't know how close we're supposed to get to this thing. I think maybe something's bugged out, or we don't need to go through there again. So let's back up. Let's see if we can get around this thing. Yeah, this is a different... I think this is a different checkpoint than the one we came through before, so I think we can skip this part now. All right. Here we go. So, it's Borderlands, right? Epic Games. This is a separate rant. This is a sub-tangent of my Ubisoft tangent. So, I see Borderlands in there. I'm like, man, I'm never going to play Borderlands. Why did I even download this? So, I started looking around. How do I get rid of a game? How do I delete a game from the Epic Game Store? I find a Reddit thread. Other people have had this problem. They reached out to customer service, and customer service said, just ignore it. There's no... You can't delete it. It's there for good. Just don't pay any attention to it. Really? All right. Customer service is that's a thing in 2020. So yeah, that's sort of how things went with the Ubisoft, right? I say I need this refund. They say no, you accessed it. You can't have a refund. All right. Well, the reason I know I need a refund is because I accessed it. If you can't give me a refund, I need you to delete my account. If you're familiar with the channel, you know this is policy of mine. I will make a statement to you. Hang on. All right. Let me go through here. I will make a statement to a corporation, to a company. I know they don't care about one customer. I know. But at least to be able to make it clear to that customer service rep. Whoa. That, sir? That I am truly done with your company and truly done with your products, to the point of saying, I know I've paid for these products, but you go ahead and delete my account. I know I'll lose access to them, but that is the strongest possible message that I can send to you, that when I say I'm done with you, I want you to actually delete my account so that we both know I'm done with you. I have the same policy if somebody on a forum, if a moderator says, I'm gonna put you on timeout, you can do better than that, man. Go ahead and ban me. And they don't want to. Some of them can't, but they don't want to. No, I just want to put you on timeout because they want to keep you on the hook. They want to continue maintaining that authority, right? And the only way they can do that is if you're still around. No, man, ban me. I'm done with you. And if you ban me, then you know I'm not coming back. And if a customer service rep knows that they have deleted my account, that's the only way that I can express to a corporation that I'm truly done with you. Because I'm certainly not going to spend all this money again. I'm not going to buy all these titles again. This is me saying we're breaking up. All right? I move. I changed my email address. I changed my phone number. I got a restraining order. I'm really done with you. This isn't like a fake breakup. I'm really done with you. And so I told Ubisoft to do that, and they haven't done it yet. I'm hoping that they do, but bottom line is that game was like $120 or something. I paid $13 for it, and I still feel ripped off. It's amazing to me that a studio as big as Ubisoft could make a mistake as big as Ghost Recon Breakpoint and then say it's all right, we'll fix it, and then screw up the fix. Oh, hey, look at that, man. Speed limit is 100. We are definitely in the Eastern Bloc. They like to get down here, man. I don't even know if I want to go 100. Do we? Let's do it. Let's try 100 and see how we feel. We got a nice big motor in this truck, but I think 100 might be a little dicey in Romania. Well, I don't know where you're from. I feel like everything's a little dicey in Romania, not just the speed limits. All right, 100's not bad. Really hope we don't wad this truck up. The day I'm having, if I wreck this truck, if I flip this truck into oncoming traffic, we're keeping it. Normally, I stop recording when that happens. I just, go back to a save game, whatever. I fix it. I try to fix it somehow. If that happens today, we're not fixing it. We're keeping it. So yeah, man, that's been my gaming week, and it's a shame because it was only a couple hours. I had already, when I played Ghost Recon Breakpoint before, I finished the game, main game. I finished the story game. Now it's broken into chapters, and there were going to be new chapters added. But I finished the main game, and then I finished the raid. And the raid, I think, was what kind of broke my heart because it's the same as the Division. It's just a bunch of people mag dumping giant, indestructible, sentient robots. Really in the spirit of Ghost Recon. Really, it really captures the DNA of the game. Come on, man. Come on. So I hop back in. It's got Chapter 2 now. Chapter 2 is Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell. And apparently Splinter Cell in the Ubisoft universe, Splinter Cell exists only to be an Easter egg. That's all Splinter Cell is now. They just Easter egg it into every game they have. And, when I finished the raid, I got like the signature weapon of the game. And it's I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be totally OP, but it was really kind of a letdown. And now we got Sam Fisher running around with his little green dots on his head. That was all I needed to see. I'm not going to grind for more loot. There are these goofy suppressors that you have to grind for, but they offer no advantage. They're strictly cosmetic. You want me to grind for a cosmetic? So, yep. So $13 wasted. $13 I could have spent on, I don't know, cars, tracks, something. Whoa. It's feeling, you know what I mean? It's feeling a little high risk here in Romania. All right. And, yeah, that was fortunately only a few hours, but I think it's time to get back to sim gaming. Sim gaming just works for me. It really does. From time to time, what is going on up here? From time to time, I will kind of dip into that shooter aspect, you know, but it doesn't stick for me. And the closest that I've come to a proper mill sim, what in the world? The closest that I've come to a proper mill sim is Tarkov, and you know how that went. Wow. All right. One more? No, I thought there was one more trying to sneak through. Got so flustered I forgot to downshift. Tarkov, yeah. Tarkov is, if we're into sim gaming, right? If you're into sim gaming, sim farming, sim trucking, sim everything, then Tarkov is the closest thing that I've ever found, and potentially the closest thing that you'll ever find to a military simulator. It's like Squad. It's like Postscriptum, Hell Let Loose. Sandstorm, I don't know where I'm at with Sandstorm. It feels a little cartoony. I've never played it. So I guess it looks a little cartoony is a better way to say it. It looks a little cartoony. I'm not sure if I'm into that. But Tarkov is, as far as I'm concerned, it is the pinnacle of realistic shooter simulation. And it's too much for me. There's no, I can't escape that reality. There's no way that I can explain that away. It's just too hard for me. And it could be that because it's not 100% accurate. I wouldn't suggest that it is, but it comes closer, I think, than any other shooter that I've ever played. And I guess that cuts both ways, because we can drive trucks all day. There's nothing, you know, I mean, Romania's kind of kicking our ass a little bit. It's, you know, but it's not stressing me out. I'm not upset about it. I'm not going to have bad dreams about it. Tarkov it's a whole different level of stress and anxiety. And I think, well, it is simulating something that is stressful and something that causes anxiety. So it's one of those be careful what you wish for kind of moments, right? Like I said, it cuts both ways. You want that realism in a shooter, but the reality of that type of activity, that type of profession, is it's rough on you, man. It sort of makes you crazy. So I don't know, you know, is there ever going to be a 100% realistic shooter? And if there is, do we even want to play it? So that's kind of been my week. I'm happy to get back into racing. You know this, I really want to bring racing to the channel, and I continue to try to figure out ways to do that. So we'll do a race room video today, and then I'll do another R Factor video with some of those new GT3 cars. They're not new at all. They came out in 2019, but they'll be new to the channel. And that is, we'll slow down to 50 here. So we'll stick with Sims, man. It's the old reliable. I feel like sim gaming is the only thing I can trust. And even sim gaming can be a little rough sometimes. Yeah, I've got the traffic volume doubled, but not the speed or anything. I haven't messed with the AI in any way, but it just feels like I've suspected this for a long time. I suspect that Eastern European countries, the traffic is different. The traffic feels a lot more aggressive. It's a good way to say it. Feels a lot more aggressive in this part of the world than it does in a place like, I don't know, Switzerland. And I don't know if, because the developers are from Prague, right? So that's right in the middle. Prague is right, it's right on the line between Eastern Europe and Western Europe. Because you go to a place like Prague, right? You go to a place like Vienna. Sometimes I can't tell the difference, right? Between Prague and Vienna. When you're in them, they have such a similar feel and they're really close together. Vienna is definitely Western Europe. Prague is arguably Eastern Europe. But that's sort of where the Czech Republic is, I guess, on that breakout, right, on the scatter chart. By the time you get into Romania, you are definitely in Eastern Europe. So I guess what I'm saying is the developers, being from the Czech Republic, I think it would be okay for them to make Eastern European traffic a little, kind of wild and not hurt anybody's feelings. Hang on, let me get through here. I don't know if I said that right. I don't know if that made any sense at all. I think what I'm getting at is if somebody from, like, I don't know, Belgium had a trucking game and they made all the Eastern European drivers lunatics, it's like, hey, Belgium, come on, man. Cut me a break here. Stay in your lane. But because the developers are so much closer to, or that much closer to, that part of the world, I feel like they can get away with it. Make our turn here. Right, like so. Yep. Oh, a lot of momentum through there. A bit more than I anticipated. Always exciting. Always interesting, this game. Right, what else is going on? Let me see. Farm sim. Nothing. Truck sim. New tuning pack. Train sim. There's supposed to be some DLC coming, but I haven't seen announcements for them yet. iRacing just booted up a new season this morning. I saw that. Actually went into, because I drove that GTE in R Factor, I wanted to hop in my Ford GT 2017 GT in iRacing and take that for a spin. And when I fired up iRacing this morning, it was in maintenance mode. So I did. There was like 17 gig of downloads. So, man, they are really, really working on that game. This exit is closed, and we are at 28 minutes. So what we're going to do is go to the next place where we can... we might have been able to sneak around that, but that's not really the spirit of a roadblock. We'll pull up down here and find a place to... I don't think we need to get fuel, but we'll pull up down here somewhere, get pulled over, and we'll call it for this week. And remember, last week we left from... Where did we leave from? Budapest? Yeah, and we were making our way into Romania. The game re-upped and kicked us back to Stuttgart, so I bought this truck and then flew us to Szeged, which is about as far as we got last week. So we'll need to... This is going to be like a 3-part episode. Oh, we'll figure something out. And I don't know how far down here a fuel stop is. There's got to be one close. And speed limit's back up to 100. Let's air it out. Here we go. This truck does have a very racy look to it. That's one of the things that I really liked about the Pendragon and the Oahu, is they had those really low skirts on the front. Now, this truck has really low skirts. What I don't like about them is they come with these weird little, like, crinkly, I don't know, dimple things on the sides. They're not lights. They're not intakes. I don't know what they are, but I really don't like them. So I went with a slightly higher skirt on the front, air dam. And are we getting off here? And I'll see if anybody makes a mod, because they're two separate. I guess there's two separate files, two separate assets. One is the skirt itself, and the other is that trim detail up by the headlights. So I think if you could... Oh, we do want to get off here. Okay. I think if you could combine those two and use the lower air dam part and then the undimpled top part, I think you'd be onto something. Hang on. Let me carefully reach over here and lift our rear axle. The Volvo has always had like the weirdest torque curve as well. It's got a very narrow power range. And I assume that accurately represents the Volvo motor. But it's a little tricky to drive. It does not make power down low. And when you hit the top of the power range, you're not even on the rev limiter. It just stops making power. All right, so we'll swing out a little bit. Carefully make our way through here. And there's a fuel stop right here, and we're not too awful far from 30 minutes. A couple minutes over, but we'll be okay. All right. So we're going to turn in here. Can we get there from here? Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, we can get in. Okay. And this is one of our real European gas stations? I believe it is. I think it is. All right, and where is the sun? It's over there. So let's pull in down here. So we get a nice screenshot. There you have it. Pull right up along this fence. Beautiful. All right. Down to neutral. Set the brake. Let's hop outside. Call it right there. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of European Truck Simulator 2. Really? Did that just happen? See you next time. Take care now.